Hello, everyone. My mic is too loud, I think. But today I am doing something very funny. We have a lot of things. I'm just gonna read a bunch of WikiHow articles. If this video does well enough, we'll do a part two where I do even more WikiHow articles. We have like 20. I don't know how many we have. We have a lot, many. If I get 20 likes and 220 subscribers, we'll do another one. But let's read. Start with the first one. Stop being racist. Did it open? It did open. All right, here it is. Okay, so this is how to stop being racist. I can download the article. No, I won't. WikiHow courses. What? All right. Even if you spent your whole life believing you love everyone equally, you may have discovered that some of your beliefs about people are actually rooted in racism. Yes, you might. It can feel really uncomfortable at first, but learning to recognize these assumptions is an important first step towards overcoming them. Here's the tip: don't be racist. That's all this should be. This is method one. There's multiple methods. Recognize that racism isn't binary. It's not that you either are or aren't racist. Racism is a lot more nuanced than that. I don't know what that is. I'm too stupid. I have an ad block on. Why is it not working? Um, you can even be friends with people of different races while still being affected by unconscious bias. Hey, you can. Yes, but I don't really have anything to add here. I'm just going to read the thing. Chances are good that over time you've been exposed to subtle messages that people of color are somehow less than people who are white. Okay, well, racism isn't just to people of color. It can happen to anyone at all. So, I mean, that's a little racist within itself. If you're trying to prevent me from being racist, at least get your story straight. Even if you reject those messages consciously, they still have an impact on how you see race, and you can't overcome racism until you recognize that. And while you may only think of white people as being affected by bias, people of any background can be racist. I just said that. And they can be racist towards anyone. I don't like this image. I don't like this image either. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but alright. Understand the connection between race and privilege. It can be hard to realize that having a certain skin color can provide you with some advantages in life, especially if you've been through a lot of struggles. However, racial privilege doesn't necessarily mean you've had it easy. I should have drank water before this. My mouth is getting dry. However, I already said that, I think. Instead, it means the color of your skin isn't likely to be a factor in why your life might be tough. Learning to recognize this privilege can make you more empathetic to people of color, and with time, you can leverage your privilege to speak out against racism. Example, if you're white, you may have never thought to question why TV characters, toys, and even bandages reflect your skin color. Bandages? Really? I have never thought of that because I don't think they do. Bandages. Okay, maybe you have TV characters and toys, maybe, but bandages, I don't think so. However, people with darker skin haven't been equally represented in those many other areas. Oh no, not the bandages. Once you're aware of this, you may choose to support brands that offer more inclusive options. I'd never think about that. Just don't think about it at all. Never think about race, and that's how you stop being racist. That's all there is to it. Think about race. We all just put it behind, put race behind us. Stop focusing on it, and then we can all live equally. Stop being racist. White privilege also means that a white person may receive a lesser sentence for the same crime as a person with color, as a person of color. Being aware of this might lead you to vote for political candidates. I can't vote, I'm only 15, so I'm just going to skip that. Although white privilege is most prevalent, privilege doesn't necessarily apply only to white people. In some cultures, people of color who have lighter skin tones may be considered better than people with dark skin. That's exactly what white privilege is. Oh, I guess people have lighter skin tones, but I mean, they're the same. Begin questioning your biases as you notice them. As you learn more about racism, you'll likely start to recognize thoughts or feelings that are based on racial bias. How long is this? I'm reading it, but how long is this? It will feel uncomfortable to challenge yourself at first, but try to keep an open mind. Even simply identifying when you have these thoughts will help you overcome them. For example, if you're commuting to work and catch yourself feeling nervous when you see someone in a head covering, what? You might stop and tell yourself this person is more to me than anyone else on the train. I don't even know what this is supposed to say. In a head covering. Someone in a head covering. Oh. Oh, okay. That thing. Okay. I didn't know what that was called. I'm sorry. Avoid stereotyping people you meet. Yeah, okay. I think stereotypes are inherently racist. If you want to overcome racism, don't make race related assumptions about a person's interests or abilities. Instead, treat everyone you meet as individual and get to know them on their own merit. You'll often be surprised at people's complexity when you do this. You just like don't talk to anyone, don't look at anyone, just stay in your house, never have social interaction at all. And that's it. Just never speak to anyone. For instance, if you catch yourself automatically assuming that a black teenager listens to rap music, ask yourself, did I ask them what kind of music you like? Don't go up to random people on the street and ask them what music they like. That's just weird. Or am I just jumping to that conclusion because of the color of their skin? They might very well like rap, but you might be surprised to discover they also love 90s death metal or Broadway show tunes. Okay, but why are you asking people what music they like on the streets? It's just weird. Don't blame people of color for being oppressed. Yeah, don't do that. There are of political and social factors that have contributed to racism across the world, like discriminatory practices in the justice system or housing markets. This type of institutional racism often leaves people of color as a disadvantage. They might be less likely to get high-paying jobs, may find it hard to secure homes in safe neighborhoods, and are more likely to be incarcerated. If you haven't experienced these obstacles, it might be easy to say something like, "Well, people in bad neighborhoods should get better jobs." Yeah, like no, I know that people like some people just can't do that. Like anyone, I mean, I know this happens. We should stop doing that. Can we stop doing that, please? Just stop. You know what? I have a perfect solution to this entire thing. If you want to stop being racist, just stop. That's it. Stop doing it. Didn't finish that. I'll finish. I don't know where I was. However, this doesn't take into account the real struggle that people of color face when it comes to things like education. This is kind of true. Yeah, I will give them that. This is very true. Schools in their neighborhoods might not get the same funding as schools in an affluent neighborhood, making it harder to get the skills they need for a successful career. I don't know what this. Juneteenth. Wait, when did we start doing Juneteenth? Because I really don't know. I think it was this. I don't know when we started doing it. Probably for many years, actually. I'm sorry. I know of just ignoring them. Yeah, yeah, that's something. As you get to know more people of color, you might notice things about their lives that are different than yours. Yes, I know that about anyone. Just like don't worry about people being different, which is why racism is rooted in. It's like different in the fact that they're a horrible person. Then it's okay. You it's okay to recognize those and even talk about them. Just be careful not to assume that all people with certain skin color like to or do the same things. Yeah, that's true. I mean, pretty sure no two people like the exact same things. For instance, you may notice that several of your black friends have huge family reunions. These are a fun annual tradition in many black families, and I think many families just in general. Like all families have family reunions at some point. Yeah, like, I think that's just a thing people do. I'm not really sure. I might be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people do that. And things like I don't see color makes it hard to celebrate the differences that make us special. Try talking to your friends and coworkers to learn more about their things like their favorite cultural foods, their religious practices, or their holiday celebrations. Because like I think this is all kind of still getting into the fact that ultimately we as a society need to just stop worrying about what race a person is and just accept them no matter what it is. Like that's kind of the whole message here. Learning about your friends' culture can bring closer to them. However, remember to focus. I don't know why these ads keep popping up. Remember to focus more on what you have in common rather than how you're different. They just distract though. Focus on all of the things, every single thing. Be open to growing from your mistakes. If someone points out that you said or did something racist, try not to get defensive, but also or try not to get frustrated. You hear that? If I said something stupid in this video so far, just like point it out. All right, please. I don't want to be racist. I don't want to sound racist. I'm scared. But also try not to get too frustrated with yourself. Overcoming racism is a lifelong journey. We all have growing to do. Just take it as a learning opportunity and keep trying to do better. For instance, if someone points out that you said something that perpetuates a harmful stereotype about race, apologize even if you feel embarrassed. Then, on your own time, do a little research and find out what was offensive about what you said, and be sure not to repeat that again. All right. Taking action against racism. Oh, okay. I feel like a lot of people can't really do much though, because like they don't really always stop using racial slurs. I think people don't really do that anymore. I guess it's taking action. Okay, I was thinking like they were trying to say something about be in the politics and run for president or something. I don't know. I don't know why I thought that. Right. I needed to drink water because my mouth was dry. If you grew up hearing and using racist language, you need to stop. It can be slurs with racial connotations are hurtful and they often perpetuate harm about the people they refer to. In addition to obviously hateful slurs, also examine phrases that have a racial meaning. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not. I'm not gonna say that. I just don't want to. I just don't want to offend anyone. You can read it. Similarly, don't actually use symbols that have racist connotation. I'm not gonna say that either because I don't want YouTube to get mad at me. Like honestly, this article so far has actually been pretty decent. I was thinking the articles that I had for today were gonna be pretty terrible. I mean, you see these. We have walk, breathe, be a furry, I'll do that one. I don't actually want to fursuit those. So I'm not getting one. You know what? Fine. If I get 300 subscribers by the end of the week, what is the end of the week? The end of next week, I'll buy a fursuit. It won't happen. Avoiding cultural appropriation. Well, it can be offensive to borrow someone else's culture or a costume, like wearing a Native American headdress to a music festival if that's not part of your heritage. Yeah, I guess. Avoid constantly mentioning someone's race. Okay, this is what I've been saying the entire time. Just don't do that. Just stop worrying about the race of the person. That doesn't fucking matter. Alright? I don't even know. I think this perfectly captures this is the whole thing. A lot more subtle than why did you have to type that? They are called microaggressions, and they may include Why the fuck would you do that? Someone is articulate or well-spoken because into the assumption that people of race usually aren't those things. Asking to touch the person's hair. What does that have to do with that? With anything? Don't ask to touch a person's hair. Just in general, don't do that. That's weird. Or someone points them out, apologize if you there. Don't ask someone where they're really from. Let them bring that up if they are from somewhere else. So anyone can be from anywhere else. That's just weird. Even if you mean well. Yeah, don't call attention to someone's racist. That's the whole thing I've been saying the entire time here. I'm friends with people from different backgrounds. Can't do that because I have no friends. I'm gonna skip that step. No, just joking. I'm sorry, that was weird. Censoring actions is a great start towards overcoming racism. That is overcoming racism, I'm pretty sure. But the best way to become anti-racist is to actively engage in conversations and friendships. Like I said, just don't engage in conversation with anyone, and you can never be racist. Because you're never talking to anyone at all, no matter who they are, no matter what they are. It does not matter because you're never talking to another person ever again. Just never do that. That's what I'm pretty obvious. Be sure to get to know your new friends more deeply than just asking questions about their culture. Remember, it's not their job to be an encyclopedia on race. I like that sentence. So don't expect them to spend all their time educating you. Instead, simply treat them as a valued friend. Yeah. Don't just befriend someone because they're a different race. Obviously. But that is what I'm pretty sure this step says. So you're contradicting yourself. Huh. Because that will be obvious and it's actually kind of racist in itself. Once again, you're kind of contradicting yourself here. Be open to forming friendships with people of color because you actually like them for who you are. Just, yeah, like, be friends with anyone because you like them for who you are, for who they are, not for race. Or don't not be friends with them because they're race. Friends with them because of who they are. Or media and art created by people of color. Alright, that's a good way to help. To expand your understanding of race even more, try out reading books, watching movies, and listening to speeches by people of color. It can help you get a better perspective on their experience. But once again, like I think supporting media by people of color is a great way to help with that. But once again, it's still calling attention to their race, and I think just supporting media for people you like, just in general, would be a better phrase to put here. It doesn't matter who they are, or well, actually, it does kind of matter who they are, but like, it doesn't matter based on like their skin tone or whatever. That doesn't matter. But you get what I'm trying to say here. That's not the thing that matters. You kind of losing me here. Don't overcompensate to seem non-racist. When you're learning about racism, you might be sometimes be struck by the need to prove how open-minded you are to the people around you. For instance, you might act friendly towards a person of color, so you're totally non-racist. That kind of thing is just be overly nice to everyone you meet. That's creepy. Um, be nice to everyone you meet. The same. Treat everyone the same, unless you're treating them terribly. In which treat nobody like that. Just treat everyone like they're a human being. Try not to worry too much about how other people see you. Well, I gotta go now. It's a lot more important to actually become anti-racist than whether you're perceived that way. Speak out against overt racism. Being silent in the face of obvious bias or discrimination can send the message that you support those actions. You don't necessarily have to seek out and contradict everything racist in the world, but if you're witnessing racism in front of you, speak up and stop it. This might be uncomfortable, especially at first, but allies can be a powerful asset in the fight against racism. Alright. For instance, you might say something like, I'm not sure why you feel that way, but I completely disagree. Not sure why you feel that way, but I completely disagree. It could actually be, I'm sure why you feel that way, but I completely disagree. And that's just I don't know what it's called, but that's just completely redundant. You just said the same thing twice. Look for ways to challenge racism in institutions as well. For instance, if you notice discriminatory practices in your school, workplace, or community, call attention to them and fight to have them changed. To help encourage larger scale changes, you might join anti-racist protests or support anti-racist legislation. All right. All right. That was a pretty good article for the most part. It kind of lost me near the end. Well, go back to that part. I don't actually remember what it was. 'Cause I got everything I read 2 seconds after reading it. I need help. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Be okay with having a communist friend. What the fuck? That's just the only thing I can say. What the fuck? 3 ways. This is 3 ways. Species, but communism in and of itself is inherently flawed. I don't want like 20 people in the comments saying Mother Russia or something like that. Or how communism is the best thing ever. No, it's inherently flawed, and I will not hear anything else because it is. That's just the truth. Why would you want? One, how would you know this? Two, why? Agree to disagree. That's the entire thing. I don't need to read anything else. The best part about making friends is understanding each other. If your friend is communist and you uphold a different ideology, don't care! I hate these ads. Google ads. You know what? Why is my ad block not working? No. Block it. Alright, that's part of making friends understanding each other. If your friend's communist and you uphold a different ideology, you can still get along very well. Politics are stupid and they need to die, alright? That's it. Respect. If someone doesn't share the same beliefs as you do, they don't deserve to be criticized or scrutinized. Yeah, for the most part, but communism is an inherently flawed system, and I think you could probably educate your friend on that. Set aside their beliefs and treat them based on their respect you feel they deserve. Friendship should be void of harsh treatment of one another. Respect can focus on things such as hard work, treatment of others, their abilities and characteristics. How to be a communist. What the fuck is this? No, we're reading this one, actually. communism is all about. This is a real article that actually exists. I am putting a link to this in the description. I'm sorry. I'm not even... And I already hate the very concept of communism. Yeah, this is perfect. Why the fuck does this exist? How to be a communist. It was updated today. What? Alright, no, we're moving on. How to die in Minecraft. How to be a communist. Sometimes if you are hopelessly lost... This is one that I'm more comfortable with actually talking about. 61%. I kind of see why. You died. WikiHow fell from a high place. WikiHow fell from a high place when they were born. WikiHow is stupid. Alright. Death is always close at hand in Minecraft. Read about how to die. I'm sorry, that sentence is perfect. In the section below. That should be a comma. But if you don't want to lose all your items, read this section first. Store your items in a chest. Make a chest out of 8 wooden planks. What if you don't have 8 planks? What the fuck is this? Place the chest on the ground and move all valuable items water again from your inventory into the chest. If your inventory is nearly full, you'll need items. In single player, place the chest somewhere obvious, which is on the top of the hill. In multiplayer, hide the chest underground to hide it from other players. Or don't. Mark the land above it with the torch so you know where to dig later. If you have overpowered raids, you can also use the command game rule to keep inventory true. Loser. Check the coordinates. The coordinates. Okay, we have ads again. Fortnite. These coordinates will tell you exactly where you are in the world. Check them while standing next to your chest. In Minecraft for Windows or Mac, press F3. It's called Minecraft Java. In Minecraft for Xbox or PlayStation, make a map, equip it, and use it. There is a way to find coordinates in Minecraft Pocket Edition. Go into the game settings and scroll down until you find the Show Coordinates button. It's actually Bedrock Edition, and it's the same version for the Xbox and PlayStation. Unless they're talking about PS3, Xbox, because who plays those? It's just extremely outdated, and also it makes me extremely angry. This is not telling me how to die. That's gonna be a line in this video. I'm gonna clip that and take it completely out of context. I bet. And I bet it's gonna be Dino Expert 36 who's gonna do it. Use a real piece of paper, not just the chat box. You died. Alright. Kill yourself any way you like. There are many methods. Listen to the next. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming, but that is fucking. Alright, check your coordinates when you respawn. We already did that. Subscribe to display your coordinates. Die. Oh, it's about to fall a long distance. Leap off a tall cliff, and you'll take a large amount of damage, unless you get motion sickness, in which you take a large amount of damage, but not in the game, but to your health. Repeat this a couple times. If there are only small hills available, fall damage is the simplest way to die and the most common way as well. If you have a large amount of dirt or other worthless blocks, you can build a tower to leap from. Just jump off a mountain. Dangerous sand or gravel. Dig a pit 3 blocks deep, jump inside, and place 2 blocks of sand or gravel above your head. These will fall onto you and cover your head, causing you to take damage until you die. 3. Drown. Any water 2 blocks deep can drown you. Step underneath until all of your air bubbles are gone. These should be located next to your hearts. If you want to die an honorable death at any moment, what am I reading? Get pricked to death. Walk into a cactus repeatedly for death by 1,000 spines. You can also walk into a sweet berry bush and repeatedly walk forward and backwards. This chat will tell everyone that you were pricked to death. Get down to find lava. Why is it a separate step to die in the lava, but not a separate step to find the lava? But like, it's a separate step to find and then die from the lava. That's what it is. Seek out monsters. Enemy mobs spawn at night or deep underground. Run up to the first one you see, and it will be happy to kill you. Why is this so funny to me? If you're playing single player, use the settings menu to raise the difficulty to hard. The black tentacled Enderman won't turn hostile until you look directly at their heads. Like if you look directly at them in any case, they will get mad. Go off a flashy death. God damn it! What the fuck is this? Dying in creative mode. What the fuck would be the point of dying in creative mode? I don't. Okay, so this is all kind of the same. Um. Okay, that was a guy. That was something. That's for sure. This is gonna be another something. Calculate pi by throwing frozen hot dogs. There's probably some method to this. There has to be. I could not think of this if I fucking wanted to. Pi in someone's face is good. Throwing food to discover pi is better. No, it fucking isn't. Now tell me, what do these two things have in common? All right, let's find out. Got our frozen hot dogs. A good item to throw. It must be long, thin, hard industry. Someone else is gonna take that out of context, I bet. And I bet it's gonna be Dynamix per 36 again. First, it must be long, thin, hard, and straight. There, I made it easier for you. Like frozen hot dog, for example. Second, it must be a reasonably stiff item. Hold on, you're making it too easy. Third, it should be between 15 and 20 centimeters, 6 to 8 inches. They're making it way too easy. I'm sorry. The movie can be performed otherwise, but read on. What the fuck does this have to do with calculating pi? A spot for when you will throw your mathematical cuisine. That is not a sentence I was thinking I was going to read today. You probably need about 180 to 300 centimeters, 6 to 10 feet in front of you. Why don't you just fucking say 6 to 10 feet? Oh, I guess centimeters are metric. Feet are the other thing. You'll be throwing straight ahead. Clear the area. Yeah, that makes sense. The place at which you are throwing should be devoid of objects that can cause your food item to possibly run into. The food item could possibly run in. What the fuck? So if you're throwing in your kitchen, consider moving the table into another room. No kitchen table to throw a frozen hot dog. What do you do? Send a video to me. I would like to see it. Measure the length of your project. That's one long hot dog. I'm sorry. What the hell is this? Lay down masking in parallel strips across the floor as far apart as your projectile is long. Okay. Just give me a thing to throw, and I'll measure it. The strip should be perpendicular to the direction you will be throwing. If your item is 15 to 45 centimeters, 6 to 18 inches long, lay down about 6 to 10 strips. Lay down fewer if longer and more if shorter. Okay. Now, how's play high? On a piece of paper, make a column for tosses and another column for crosses. Okay, fun fact actually, I was sent this 3 different times. So yes, people really wanted me to look at this, but we have to read it. The tosses column is where you'll keep track of how many times you throw your food item. The crosses column is where you keep track of how many times your item lands across on one of the lines. Note that the landing is not the same thing as bouncing. Why are you throwing frozen hot dogs? Why is this a thing? Get into position and throw your food. There's just one item at a time. That's a lot of hot dogs. Once it is at rest, observe whether or not it is crossing one of the lines. If it is, put a tick under crosses and a tick under tosses. If it isn't, then if it isn't, just put a tick under tosses. Oh. Oh, okay, I get it. When you've run out of hot dogs, pick them up and reuse them. Ew, who wants to reuse their hot dogs? Not that soon after you just threw it. I was trying to make a joke there, but it kind of fell flat. Um, Making sure to throw from the same position. Repeat this as many times as you like. You should start seeing some interesting results by around 100 to 200 throws. This does not take as long as you're throwing fucking hot dogs. Yes, it does. Given, tossed. I don't know what that says. Crossed, 191. 2/crossed, tossed. I don't fucking know what any of this means. What? Is it always going to be the same? What, is it always going to be the same? Why do we do this? We already know what pi equals. It equals 3.14. 159. I don't remember anything else. But just, who cares? Why would you want to calculate pi by throwing frozen hot dogs? You wouldn't. I don't know what this even is. It doesn't seem to be the most interesting one, though. I want to get to the ones. I might skip a few. Just get some more interesting ones, because I want to know how they're going to make one for how to breathe. How to develop the Sherlock Holmes initiative. Intuition. This is how to be Holmes. All right. Actually, no, I'll save this one for part 2. I do that, but we got to move on to the more interesting ones. We're gonna do, I think, 3 more. I'm gonna do 4 more. Be human, be a furry, walk and breathe. And this is the first one. Be human. How to be human? What is 6 aliens? It's made for animals. It's made for. I already am human. Steps. What the fuck? Meet the basic physical needs. Human beings cannot exist in a vacuum without caring for certain physical needs. Humans will soon die. take care of your basic well-being, or you'll have a very hard time meaningfully pursuing the more advanced steps. At the bare minimum, humans need to. Yeah, we already fucking know this. What is this? This is an actual guide made for humans about how to be a human. That seems a little counterproductive. Breathe oxygen. Human beings' most pressing need is to breathe air containing oxygen almost constantly. At the absolute longest, humans can go only about 20 minutes without air. That's a pretty long time. I play through like more than half of fish. Most can only last a fraction of that time. Well, I guess I can't play through the majority of fish without breathing, but you could do it theoretically. Eat edible foods and drink water. No, no, really, I didn't know I needed to do that. Humans eat food and for energy and to provide vital nutrients for essential. I know how fucking eating works. At a minimum, humans should consume adequate amounts of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, as well as several essential vitamins and minerals. Humans also drink water. I know that, as it is crucial for many internal processes. The precise amounts of food and water you should consume as a human varies based on your size and level of physical. Who was this written for? I have to ask, who was this article written for? Sleep. You still aren't completely sure what the purpose of sleep is, or are you trying to write this for aliens? But we do know that it is a vital for physical and mental performance. The healthiest adult humans usually sleep 7 to 8 hours a night. Just don't wake people up, all right? HostGator. Maintain homeostasis. Is essentially, humans need to keep their external environments from interfering with their internal body. This can take many forms. For instance, wearing clothes to regulate body temperature and repairing wounds with sutures, bandages, etc. Who fucking made this article? No, I need to know. Who made this? Who made this? I don't know who made this. But this is an article that actually exists. Security safety. A human's second responsibility after this was made for aliens. No, no, no. There's no way this was made for other humans. If and someone wrote this for the aliens. Human's second responsibility after meeting his or her innate requirements for life, or there, you could be neither. Non-binary people exist. Is to pick out his or her. What the fuck does that say? It's supposed to say seek out his or her safety. To thrive, humans can't be worried about whether they will starve or die. Yes, we can, because we do it all the time. Such thoughts will override any attempts to reach higher levels of human accomplishment. Here are just a few ways to ensure you're safe as a human. Avoid danger. No fucking shit, really? Don't stay near places or situations that can cause physical damage to your body. I think that's fucking given. Injuries can affect your physical health and even cause you to die. No, really? I didn't know injuries could cause you to die. What is this? Who is this made for? Get or build a home. Humans need a place to live that offers protection from the elements. At the bare minimum, this place should have 4 walls and a place to sleep. It's made for Minecrafters to tell them how to live a Minecraft life. Pursue a living. Most of the planet Earth uses money. Money can be exchanged for good. This is a guide on how to be a human. Made for humans. That seems a little counterproductive, as I've already said. Form human relationships. This was not made for humans. This was made for someone else. This was made for something else. Man! Famous human Aristotle is remembered as saying, man is by nature not a social of them start when one person asks another out. Yes, that is how they go. There is, well, I guess that's an article that should exist, but by the same person who made this. Cultivate your self-esteem. Humans feel better when they consider themselves valuable, and know that others consider them valuable. Well, I guess I never feel good. Relationships with others can help boost your self-esteem when you feel sad, but self-esteem begins within. Don't depend on other people's approval for your self-esteem because that's where evil comes from. Validate your existence. I can't do that. We're skipping that step. Get married. Learn how to love others and be loved. This was made for fucking robots. Love is difficult to define. The Merriam-Webster dictionary. I am done. We're moving on. All right, this seems a lot more. No, we have to. We're doing that last, but I'm doing how to walk. I don't know. These had to have all been written by the same person. I swear. I get walking can be hard for some people. Like some people just can't do it. But you don't need a WikiHow article on how to do it. Oh, okay. Okay, I think this is more of like how to walk like better, how to have a better walking pattern, like not just how to walk. That is an arrow pointing to a man's penis. That's unsettling. Hey, 20 feet. Warm up your body. Warming up your body by starting slowly when you walk will reduce overexertion on your muscles. This can help you walk longer and at a better pace. Try to warm up by walking slowly for 5 to 10 minutes at the beginning of the walk. This will loosen up your muscles and get them ready for exercise. To warm up, do the following for 30 seconds. Make circles with each ankle, swing each leg, make slow circles with your hips or legs, make arm circles, march in place, that is walking, and swing your legs back and forth. Similarly, cool down at the end of your walk by slowing down for 5 to 10 minutes. After you cool down, stretch your muscles gently. Warming up properly can help you avoid walking injuries such as strained muscles. Okay, yeah, this is just improving how to walk, like walking more straight. This is not nearly as interesting as I thought it would be. All right, yeah, this isn't nearly as interesting as I thought it would be. I kind of This was an article on how to walk. That would have been hilarious, but it isn't. So we will move on. That's not what this is. All right, how to breathe. I think this is gonna be the same story here. This is gonna be not necessarily how to breathe. 12 ways to breathe. Breathing. Yes, yes, yes. You don't even realize you're doing it. 60%. Breathing is so good. I didn't know that. Step didn't fucking. This right here. Take a breath in a white shallow. I'm sorry. You need to get in the habit of taking. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be able to recover after that. Of taking short, shallow breaths. It's important to train yourself to breathe deeply, since deep breaths are better at oxygenating your body and can actually help reduce stress. Take a moment to pay attention to your breathing. If only your chest is rising and falling when you breathe, you're likely taking shallow breaths. Okay, that's all I can say to it. Remember to breathe with your diaphragm. I don't like this image. There are multiple reasons why, but I don't like this image. Your diaphragm is a thin muscle underneath your lungs. When you take a deep breath, Your diaphragm moves downward and gives your lungs more room to fill up and expand. I sound like a fucking robot. To breathe it from your diaphragm, inhale deeply through your nose like you're breathing into your lower belly. You should feel your abdomen expand when you inhale. Ah, that fucking hurt. If you're not sure whether you're breathing from your diaphragm, try placing your hand over your belly. Do you like my breathing? I'm breathing right? 3. Deeply through your nose instead of your mouth. Oh, I fucked it up. That hurt. It actually hurt. Breathing through your nose helps purify the air. This helps you avoid inhaling as many irritants. It also regulates the temperature of the air you're breathing in. If you normally breathe through your mouth, practice. I've been recording for how long now? I'm fucking losing my mind right now. It's been 52 minutes. I'm losing my mind. If you normally breathe through your mouth, you need to die. Practice closing your mouth and inhaling through your nose. Then exhale through your nose or mouth, whichever is most comfortable. Inhaling through your nose might be difficult at first if you're used to breathing with your mouth. No one is used to breathing with their mouth, but it will get easier over time with practice. It's fucking breathing. Maintain your posture and keep your body relaxed. No, this one was definitely worth it. Slouching makes it harder to take. I like this guy's face. Look at him. Look at him. My mom always tells me to keep my back straight, and I never do it. I have a problem. Try slouching forward, lifting your shoulders towards your head so they're tense, and taking a deep breath. My breathing is getting worse the more I am reading this because of how fucking hard I was laughing. I actually might need to take my inhaler in a bit. Whenever you catch yourself slouching or tensing up, god damn, I need water. Adjust your posture and take a moment to relax your muscles. Check in on your breathing throughout the day. Schedule regular check-ins to stay focused on your breathing. Since you don't usually realize that you're breathing, it can be tricky to notice whether or not you're doing it properly. What? Should check in at the same time each day, like each morning and lunchtime, so that it becomes part of your routine. Being more mindful of your breathing can help you make adjustments if necessary. For example, if you notice that you're taking shallow breaths for whenever you check in on your breathing, you'll know to work on taking deeper breaths from your diaphragm. That was breathing right there. Try calming breathing exercises when you feel stressed. Deep, purposeful. I don't care about whoever this person is. I will just tell you. That's the vice president, I'm pretty sure. Well, I really don't. Um, to make deep breathing easier, try practicing a couple breathing exercises so you can use them the next time you're feeling overwhelmed. For example, you can quickly relax when you're feeling stressed by taking deep breaths through your nose and then sighing out loud on your exhales. Was that what it wanted me to do? I'm sorry if I just. How was that? I'm sorry. All right, this article is the same thing. Practice deep breathing exercise. This is the same thing I just fucking said. The meditative breathing. That's the same as what it just said. Take deep belly breaths when you run. Inhale and exhale on a 4 count during core exercises. Breathe in through your nose during high intensity exercises. Don't breathe. That's it. Then just don't breathe. Breathe rhythmically as you do strength training exercise. Okay. Well, that was good. That was amazing. That was a beautiful thing. Found out that the audio for one of the things, the final thing, it cut out. The audio cut. I don't know why. And considering that was probably the funniest segment of the video, I figured I'm gonna record it because I laugh at it again. And I will read the full thing this time. Yes, we're doing it. I don't know where I'm gonna cut in the editing. I also don't know how long the processing is gonna take. We're doing it. We are reading how to be a furry. So we're reading this. Why is this so bad? Here, I hate this. I have seen it all already. I'm reading the full thing. You know what? I in the original recording, I actually cut a lot of it. So we're reading the full thing. I'm also gonna make sure my mic is still working. All right, good. Make the choice to become the part of the furry community. In order to become a furry, you don't have to pass an entry test or get permission from anyone else. The decision to become a furry is completely up to you. Whether you've been interested in furry related things for a while or you're totally new to the community, feel free to proclaim yourself a furry whenever and however you'd like. If you want to create your own furry related characters, meet other like-minded people, and or visit furry conventions, you'll probably love being part of the furry community. I sound like a fucking robot, and I'm not going to stop sounding like a robot. But it's also totally okay to be part of the community without calling yourself a furry. I've seen this already. It's still fucking hilarious. Look at this. Look at it. Look at what. I'll buy a fursuit. Participate in online furry groups and discussion boards. Since the furry fandom is a global one, most furry activity happens on the internet. Try the mobile app Furry Amino or websites like SoFurry and Furrifanity. Create an account and start commenting, posting, and connecting with other users. Or hop into the furry community on Reddit. Don't use Reddit. r/furry is a very active subreddit. It's easy to get involved in discussions there too. You can also easily find other furries via Tumblr. Don't use Tumblr. And DeviantArt. Don't use DeviantArt too. Look for furry Discord servers. Discord's okay. Skype groups. Don't use Skype. And Telegram. Don't use. I don't know what that is actually. That might be okay. I really don't know. For instant messaging. Search through furry pages and tags on regular social media platforms like Facebook. Don't use Facebook. Twitter. Don't use Twitter. Instagram. Don't use Instagram. YouTube's okay, I guess. You'll quickly find your community there. I don't know what to say. I have no words. I have no words. Everything about this is perfect. Somebody, if somebody send me a picture of this framed in your bedroom because I want somebody to do this. This deserves to be preserved in a frame. It just does. All right. You can share furry fan art and other creative work. Explore your furry fanship or persona through any hobby. We haven't gotten to that yet though. Or create a project you like. Try writing fan fiction. Don't do that. Creating music. That's okay, I guess. Making video animations. That's okay, I guess. Vlogging. That's alright, I guess. Illustrating fan art. Or performing in your furry persona. Then share your creations on sites like I already said not to use like any of these. Don't use this either. This is garbage. There's a place for every interest in the furry fandom. Artists, musicians, authors, dancers, comedians. There's furry comedians. No. And many others celebrate their love of anthropomorphism through creative expression. I sound like a 5-year-old, I'm gonna be honest here. I am very tired. Don't be afraid to share your work. Be very afraid to share your work. Consider taking your creative work to in-person event too. If you like music, you may be able to DJ at a. I've been to a convention before. I think it'd just be very awkward. Take on requests, trades, or commissions to share your creative work. These are great ways to help other furries get to know you and your work. Open for requests if you want other furries to ask you for anyone really Like you already said. Also, I'd just like to point out this art is still terrible. They didn't improve at all. All right, let's move on. I have no words. I'm sorry. I have absolutely no words. It's a furry convention to meet other furries in person. Connecting online can be great, but there's nothing quite like meeting other furries in real life. Yeah, I bet there isn't. And seeing some of the media creators. I've actually never seen a furry in real life. That's and seeing some of the media creators that you admire. Also, there's sources for this. What? This is a guide on how to be a furry. If you can attend Anthrocon, the largest furry convention that's in Pittsburgh. All right, look for a local furry convention online. I don't actually know what PA is. Someone tell me. I don't know. I thought Pittsburgh was a state. While you're there, check out artwork, tails, accessories, badges, fursuits. Did you know my persona doesn't have a tail? And other furry merchandise. Don't miss the fursuit parade. If you don't have a suit, you can still have a blast watching all the incredible fursuits march. Help me. I am dying over here. Many furries opt to meet up at conventions since they're safe public spaces and you'll be free to fully express yourself and your persona. If you're going to be at the same event as your online furry friends, set up a time to meet during the event. Don't meet people that you met online in person. They're probably all like 40. Get involved in a local furry group. Many communities around the world have their own furry groups. Run a search for furries in your area. Ew. That just doesn't sound right. I don't know. To find individuals or meetup groups nearby, check out the Globe feature on the Furry Amino app to find furries based in your area. You know what? I'll get the Furry Amino app. Yep, I'll do it. 350 subscribers. And I do it. Once you find local furries, start up a chat and coordinate a way to get together when you meet up. Have fun. Try to. No! About your personas, create fan art together, and take photos in your fursuits. Alright, this all sounds just very weird. I'm gonna just be honest here. Also, roleplay is like, I don't like it. Uh, this, this is, this is an image. Not as bad as what I've seen before. It's not good though. Socialize with other furries to form new friendships. There are quite a few subgroups within the furry community that cater to various interests, from gaming communities to literature clubs. So you should have no trouble finding other furries who share the same interests as you. Once you're a furry, focus on meeting new people, both online and in person. Don't. I guess that's okay actually. Start commenting on other furries' posts and reply to the furries who comment on yours. Eventually, start a chat and get to know them even better. Then you'll start forming long-lasting friendships. Yeah, I mean that is how like being online works. Yourself out there might sound like a daunting task. I'd say that about anything. I say that about pretty much anything at all. Be welcoming and non-judgmental around other furries. You'll find a lot of creativity in the furry community. Rather than judging and critiquing what other people are doing, by accepting and supportive, by accepting and supportive. They meant and being supportive. So someone fucked that up really bad, of what and who you encounter. Speak to other furries with kindness and a respect to keep up. Well, I don't speak with anyone with respect, and that's just kind of the truth. I have a problem. I need help. Um, Keep up the positive and inclusive furry environment. The furry community is a place where all kinds of people can really fit in, especially those who don't often feel like they fit in. That's All right. Forget your negative misconceptions about furries. Forget your negative conceptions about most fan bases because while they happen, about most communities, because while they exist, I mean, there's some cool people in communities. There's a lot of myths and rumors about the furry community circulating through media that you'll need to debunk for yourself and for others in your life. Most importantly, know that you don't have to own or wear a fursuit in order to be considered a furry. You can participate no matter what you wear. Additionally, know that only a small percentage of people are subscribed, and you should subscribe to the video right now. You can participate no matter what you wear. Additionally, only a small. Ew. As with many other dress-oriented fandoms, like cosplayers and sports fans, most furry sports fans, most furries simply enjoy expressing themselves, performing in a costume, and connecting with other fans on a social level. That is how communities kind of are. The majority of furries don't actually believe they're animals. Some might wish for animal traits or enjoy exploring them, but yeah, okay, like I think that's pretty obvious. I know it's like a common belief that they do, but no, that's dumb. That's stupid. No, no one does. No one does that. I guess someone does, but like no one does that. Sticking with PG-rated furry content in only is entirely acceptable. Yeah, you say that about any fucking human. No one likes Rule 34. Don't do it. All right, choose an animal species to base your persona on. Personas are characters or I'm sorry. Um, Many furries start with canines, felines, and dragons when they're choosing their persona's physical appearance. But the possibilities are endless. You're free to choose any species you desire, create a hybrid, or develop a completely made up creature. For example, you might start with huge ears and create a face of a fennec fox and give it body, bird like legs, and wings. I have never seen anyone do that before. All right. I guess someone did. All right, that's cool. That's cool with me, man. I don't know. Do some research into animal photographs or illustrations to see how each animal's anatomy works, then adapt it so your persona can stand up on two legs. Well, you don't have to do that. It can be a quadruped. It wouldn't be an anthropomorphic animal, but you can do it whatever you want. Pick out colors and markings to make your persona unique. There are no rules when it comes to designing your persona's appearance. Feel free to use naturalistic colors and realistic markings, or go for bright hues and unusual patterns if you prefer. Consider incorporating spots, stripes, or splotchy markings, facial details, scales, feathers, and other patterns and textures. I'm reading the Wikipedia article on how to be a furry. I just want that to sink in. If you weren't totally copying another person, I don't know. Well, someone's gonna blame you for that anyway. That's just gonna happen. Assign your persona a personality and a name. Have fun when when creating your persona's personality. It doesn't have to be anything like your own personality, but it can reflect your ideal personality or one specific side of you if you'd like. I'm sorry, I need to stop. For instance, your persona might represent your wild and outgoing side. If you tend to be a shy person, create a list of personality traits as well as likes and dislikes and other fun facts about your persona's identity. Give them a unique name too. My persona's name is my own name. My other persona's name is my own name with a C in front of it. The level of similarity between you and your persona is entirely a matter of personal preference. Try using your persona to show off your idealized self or explore an alter ego. Don't be afraid to modify your persona over time until it's just right. If you like writing, try writing your persona's backstory or creating a narrative about them. No. Be prepared to introduce your persona's personality. Other furries. Create your persona if you want to create your own artwork. If you enjoy, this is how long has this one article gone on for? 15 minutes of this. That's the thing that I've been doing for the past 15 minutes. I've been reading WikiHow articles. I am slowly losing my mind. I need to end this. I'm just gonna read the top things. Illustrate your persona if you want to create your own artwork. Commission an artist to illustrate your persona if you prefer. Search through. You know what? We're gonna read. We're in this for the long haul. We're gonna read it. I'm not gonna read that step because I already skipped it. But no, we're in this for the long run. Through online furry communities to find artists who are willing to create artwork and illustration. Did my mic stop working again? Kind of, but not really. Um, Send them a message or place an order on their site. Share as much information about your persona as possible and provide sketches, prints, images whenever possible. Tell them what you love about their other work so they know what style you're looking for. Be prepared to pay the artist for their work too, but not me. I do free stuff. I don't do it anymore because I just don't draw because I don't have a tablet. But soon I'll start again. I still do free stuff. Make sure you agree on all the specifications of the project, including the deadline, revision process, file type, pose, and background, usage considerations, and fee before they start creating the artwork. Don't ask for an illustration for free. Artists deserve compensations for their time and energy, except for me because I already offer them for free, and you can ask me anytime. You won't get drawn because I don't do it anymore. Like I said, this makes me very uncomfortable. There's other furries and furry merch makers. When you draw your own persona or commission an illustration, set the image as your profile picture on furry websites so other furries get a sense of what your first identity is like. Consider getting it printed on t-shirts, badges, and pins too. Get it made into a plushie. If you want to get a fursuit made, make sure that your persona has at least a 3-view reference sheet, either drawn by you, colored on the base or commissioned by a reference sheet artist. A 3-view reference sheet should show a front, back, and side profile view of your persona. Mine's just white with a face, and a hair bow. If you like creating artwork, have fun exploring different ways to use your persona. You can share illustrations of your persona hanging out with your friends' personas. I have no friends. Get a fursuit. Ah! I'm sorry, that hurt your ears. I know, but what? I can click it. I can look at it. I didn't want to look at it, but I can look at it. Save up at least $1,000 if you want to buy a fursuit. Despite fursuiters being the minority, fursuits are a huge part of the fandom. They're fun to wear and can be just as entertaining to onlookers and non-furries. Fursuits are a big investment and a luxury item, so you'll need to save upwards of 1,000. I cannot buy a fursuit. I don't have $1,000. I'm not throwing $1,000 on a fursuit. They're completely optional. You don't need one to be a furry. I still will try to get one like a terrible one for really cheap if if I hit 300 subs. Okay, I'm done here.